We're here to introduce Lynne. She's been on the job for a little while. I just had a few comments, but I have one claim to fame with Lynne that she'll always remember now, is I was the first cell phone call she got. And I can tell that she didn't know who it was because it doesn't pop on your phone. See, I'm good enough on phones now that I know that. And she, Chris Hill, okay, so I own the first phone call on your new number here at the University of Utah, so I'm pretty proud of that. I have just a few comments. Women's basketball is huge here at the University of Utah. It's very, very important for us. It's one of the main sports we have and one of the ones that have a great deep history and ones that we feel we can be very successful in the Pac-12 conference. Before I get going, I did want to have Nona be recognized. Is Nona here? Nona's kind of shy, so she likes a grand entrance. Nona helped lead up our search and went a lot of places around the country, as did Barb Snyder. Would you wave, Barb? Our Vice President of Student Affairs. Harriet Hoff, who's chair of our Athletic Advisory Council, along with Kyle Brennan. Liz was involved in the interviews, and President Pershing met with our candidates. So we really had a very thorough look at this because we wanted to make sure we took our time, realized it was really important to get the right person. Our committee had some things in mind. We wanted to make sure that our student athletes were valued, that they knew everything was important, not just how they perform, but also in the classroom, how they represented us. It's so important right now in this day and age to have athletes that represent you well. And coaches help that a lot because coaches are the leader of the pack and set the culture. We needed somebody who can coach and recruit. We especially wanted somebody that was valued our culture here. You know, we have a culture that's, we hope, is one that is viewed as having ego set at the door, that we're willing to work together, that we help each other, and we make the most of the resources that we have. I wanted somebody who's been through challenges, and Lynn's done that, and she's worked through some tough situations and become very successful with that. More importantly than anything, I think when we hire somebody, and it's been our most success in the past, that we want somebody that's about to put the pedal to the metal. That this is where they're going to make their mark, this is where their career is going to be, and when they look back, going to be, Liz, not going to be, okay, going to be a mark in their career and a place that they can say, I've done it well here, and I can look everybody in the eye and say, this is a fabulous place to be. So I wanted to now turn the time over to Lynne for her statements, and we'll go from there. Take it away.
Well, thank you. I want to just start with saying I'm so excited to be your coach. This is a wonderful opportunity. I want to thank President Pershing, Dr. Chris Hill, Senior Women's Administrator Nona Richardson for giving me this opportunity. To the team, I am so fired up to work with you guys and to build on the tradition that is Utah women's basketball. I also want to thank Pacific, where I've been the last 9 years. I have been fortunate to have some great memories there, a lot of success. I want to thank the administration there, the coaches I got to work with, but more importantly, the players that I got to coach there. I will always treasure those relationships and the time that I had there. You know, looking at this job, it just feels like an amazing opportunity. And as I started to really look at it, this is, you think about what is Utah, what does being at the U mean? This is a great city. Living in the Central Valley for the past 13 years, every time I walk outside here, it kind of blows my hair back in terms of the mountains. It is beautiful here. This is a great university. It's an academic university that is world-renowned, is just so impressive. And then the tradition here. Everybody is proud of Utah Utes. I've never seen so much red in my life. I'm going to have to add that to my wardrobe. But more so than any of that, as I really started looking at this and diving into this, are the people here. The people in the city, the people on the campus, and the people in this department. It really is that family atmosphere. As Dr. Hill said, leave the ego at the door. It's the culture that I really fit with, and it resonates with me. And if you look at across the board here in the athletic department, there are teams competing at a national level. They're competing for championships in the Pac-12 in this amazing conference. And I want to bring our program to that level. I want to be nationally relevant. The men's basketball program is a perfect example of that. You know, right now it's a really crazy time for us basketball coaches. It's recruiting, we're flying around, we're everywhere. I haven't had a chance to really connect with the men's staff. A few of them have been around and have been great in welcoming me. But I look so forward to being their counterpart. What they have done with their program, they caught the nation's attention this March, and that was fun. And I want to do that. We get to share that amazing new facility. That is going to be something else. I'm just hoping that Coach K can come through with the sweet grass in our locker room as well, and kind of get that going, that mojo going. But I want to be nationally relevant. That's why I'm here. I want our program to do that. But it's going to take a lot of hard work, and we are not going to shy away from that. It is going to take a lot of hard work. I've met with the team as a group. I've met with a lot of the individuals. I'll finish off meeting with them individually this week. And I like them. I really do. It's a good group. You guys you're gonna like me a lot of the time. You're not gonna like me some of the time. But everything we do is gonna be in the name of creating a culture of championships. Everything we do. And that's gonna take work. And we're not gonna shy away from that. That's what I've done my whole life and career. Nothing's come easy. You gotta work. And I believe this group's ready to do that. I do want to take this opportunity to introduce Gavin Peterson, who will be on our staff. He's here. He has been with me at Pacific the last 2 years, but he brings 13 years of Division I coaching experience. He's a tremendous basketball coach, very connected in recruiting, but above all, just a great guy. I know our players are going to like having him on our staff. A huge part of this job is recruiting. And the thing, I think recruiting is basically just building, the ability to build relationships and then working your tail off. And I'm very confident in my ability to do both of those, to build relationships and to work really hard. We will put together a staff that is going to do that, build relationships with our current players and also our future ones. Right now, though, my focus is on our players and this team and building relationships with them and moving this program forward. I've been asked probably in the last week maybe 284 times, what's our style of play going to be? So I'll save you all the question. What I've answered is, I'm a basketball coach. That's what I do. So we're going to play to our strengths. There's a lot of talent in this room, mostly over here. Maybe not so much over here. There's a lot of talent in this room, and we're going to coach them up and get the most out of this group. We don't play a game for about 6 months, 6.5 months. We got a lot of work to do, and we will do it. But when you do come see us play, and I hope that you do, this group, it deserves to play in front of home fans. When you do come see us play, you're going to see a team that plays tough. You're going to see a team that gets up and down the floor. You're going to see a team that makes the extra pass. You're going to see a team that's really aggressive. You're going to see a team that plays with enthusiasm. But most of all, you're going to see a team that has a lot of pride for playing for Utah, the name across their chest. You're going to see that. I'd like to create a home court advantage here, combining our style of play with this altitude, as well as a home fan base atmosphere that makes this one of the toughest places to play in the country. That's going to take work. And again, we're not going to shy away from that. No one individual player or coach will be bigger than the team, but every individual player or coach is going to be critical to our success as a team. That is my philosophy. Academics are very important to me, very important. My 9 years at Pacific, those that fulfilled their eligibility, we have a 100% graduation rate. Academics are very important. We are at a great academic school here. The Utah Women's Basketball Program has had good tradition in academics, and we will continue on that. I think as basketball coaches, we are charged to lead a group of young people to success, and that is not just on the basketball floor. Basketball at some point will end, sad enough. And we need to, as coaches, create leaders, and part of that, a huge part of that, is getting your education. Getting a new job, it's very overwhelming in terms of all the people. I look forward to meeting all of you and getting to know all of you. I'm sorry if you've reached out and I haven't quite got back to you. I feel like I'm head barely above water, but I will catch up. Most of all, I'm looking forward to really meeting the proud alumni and getting to know the proud alumni of this program. Those of you that have played here, you've won a lot of games. You have a lot of pride in this program. And I can't wait to get to know you, hear your stories, and weave those through the fabric of what we're building. And lastly, I want to finish with how I started, how appreciative I am of this opportunity. I don't take it lightly. I want everyone associated with the University of Utah to be incredibly proud of our women's basketball program. That will keep me up at night. That'll keep me going when I think I have nothing left in the tank. But that's what motivates me. I want everyone to be proud of what we're building, what we're doing, and how we represent this great place. I don't take it lightly, and I plan on doing it for a long, long time. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it, and we have a lot of work to do, guys, and I can't wait to do it with you.
Questions from Hannah, Chris? From the media?
Thanks, Coach. Could you just talk about the Pac-12 and the challenges there? Obviously, the Stanfords of the world are in the conference, and just what you anticipate the climb will take to get up to the upper echelon.
Yeah, this is a great conference. There's nothing new in me saying that. In women's basketball, it's a fantastic conference. It's very competitive. But we've played Pac-12 schools. I have a real understanding of the type of players you need, the type of styles. So I think it's just, it's an athletic league. There's good size in this conference. I think it's going to take time. Like I said, it's going to take work for us to get up at the upper echelon. But I also think it's such a well-respected conference nationally that if you do your part and finish, in the top half, you're probably going to make it to the NCAA tournament. And so that's our goal.
And from a recruiting standpoint, are you looking to recruit more in-state or trying to look outside? Kind of what's your strategy going into your career here?
Well, I think we have to win Utah in recruiting. And, those players that are Pac-12 able, we want to get. I don't think that, we can just recruit Utah, obviously, but we're going to hit Utah hard. I've got some great relationships here with coaches, club coaches and that kind of thing. But we will recruit Utah definitely. And I want to create a atmosphere here and a culture here where every little girl in Utah grows up and wants to wear the red. But we will also obviously expand in recruiting, into Texas and West Coast. We've got a lot of connections there.
Questions?
You talked about wanting to change the culture here, and that's the big phrase here, especially when Larry Kraskowiak took over as the men's basketball head coach. Are you going to kind of pair up with him and try to see what worked for him, or do you have your own strategy that you kind of feel like you have that will work well?
Well, I think both. Obviously, what the men's staff has done here is impressive, and I certainly want to connect with them and pick their brain and get ideas and kind of what works here at Utah. But I also am very confident in what it takes to change culture. And I want to repeat or go back and maybe reiterate that this is a good group of athletes and people. And so it's not going to, these guys want to work, they want to buy in, they want to do what we're going to do. And so I don't think it's going to take too much to change culture. I think we just need to build on the tradition, coach these guys up, and continue to recruit really good Pac-12 athletes.
There won't be one-on-ones with the coach afterwards, so who else has questions?
Well, now they go. Here we go.
Coach, you talked about just building up the program and wanting to create that home court atmosphere.
Yeah.
Huntsman Center hasn't really been full for these games. How do you go about filling it? Is it just winning, or is there marketing involved there as well?
Both. So that's a great question, and that's something that, again, is going to take a lot of hard work. We have to do our part as a basketball team and put a good product out on the floor that is enjoyable to watch. People enjoy watching teams compete. I think, we've got to get out there and just play our hearts out. I would think we want to get up and down the floor a little bit. We've got to put a good product out there. But also we've got to get out in the community and really provide access to our coaching staff and to our players, and there's 101 ways to do that, and we're going to do that. So the exciting thing is that is important, not only to me but to this administration, that these players get a chance to play in front of a home crowd. And I think if you look at any sort of sustained success in college athletics, it doesn't matter what sport, men or women, nobody sustains success without having a home court atmosphere. You have to have it. And so that's one of my main priorities. You look at what the gymnastics team has done here. It's incredible. And so that's something, along with building up the program on the court basketball-wise, that is hugely important to me as we move forward. How are we going to do it? A lot of work, getting out there, making ourselves accessible to people interested.